That's what you're surrounded with. If you can't outperform these people, you would have been hopeless at any other time.
The competition today is so weak, like so distracted, social media, so depressed. People get depressed for no reason,
If you don't have $1 million yet, you're living a much lesser life than what could be easily available to you with the right guidance. My head coach has freed up a few spots in his calendar to hold one-on-one strategy calls with the highest quality applicants. If you're doing well already and you're looking to accelerate your momentum and do even better, click the link in the description now and apply for your strategy session. More at the end of this video.
What up? I'm Derek Moneyberg, and you're not Gilbert Burns either, but he is. How you doing, guys? The homie Gilbert's been over here this week trying to choke me, trying to fucking make me pass out, twisted my pinky finger, trying to break my fucking pinky finger at one time. He's a ruthless man. He's also a 3-time world champion in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, was 7-time national champion of Brazil. Is that right? 7? 8? How fucking many times did you win the national championship?
Many times.
He can't count. There's so fucking many. He ran out of fingers. More than 10. I think 7. Gilbert's one of my best coaches. I learned so much from him. He helped me so much with my, MMA in general, but the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he's so good on the ground. He's good everywhere, but I learned a lot from you there. I really appreciate that. And he's just a hard man, just a good man, gets shit done, thinks a lot like I do, different areas, but a lot of the same thoughts that we came to from, I think both of us grew up in situations where, it would have been nice to have some more resources.
Yeah.
And we laugh so much. You have no idea. We laugh so much because we see people everywhere. They got resources all around them and they're fucking crying. They're laying around crying. They're wishing they had more. If only something was different, then they'd make the effort. And I think, he's another person that subscribes to that philosophy that I've espoused to you, that there's never been a better time in history. There's never been an easier time in history where your competition is so weak, so lazy, so distracted. If you can't win now, at any other time in history, you were bound to be a fucking loser. If you can't win with these people, with the competition you have here, they're distracted with their phone, they're distracted with everything. They're not even serious about their own success in any meaningful way. And that's what you're surrounded with. If you can't outperform these people, you would have been hopeless at any other time. So I think that's both good news and bad. That if you're not outperforming in this current environment, you're just not taking things seriously. And and if you are overperforming, realize you could do even more. You could do even more. What are your thoughts about this? How do you look at this in terms of, competition and life in general, of like how you grew up and some of the hard people you were around versus what you see in, younger people now and the next generation of competitors or so-called competitors?
Nowadays, you get so much quick information. Information today, it's so easy. Back in the days, it would be so hard. I think even if you go back a little bit to send a letter, it takes a couple of months to the letter get there. So now these guys know the information, what's going on here. So now it's just 2 clicks, one scroll, everything what's going on around the world. But I don't think we do much with that. I think, like you're saying, I think if nowadays, if you want to be successful, whatever you want to do, like if you put a lot of work, I guarantee you're going to make something, you're going to get somewhere, because a lot of guys, and I was telling you that I was in Brazil last week, actually last Friday. That was the day that they make away those guys with the face off, get ready to the fight on the next day. And we have a lot of different divisions. You got lighter guys, we got all the way to heavyweight, to a lighter guy, to a big guy. And most of the guys are big a little bit of the division. They got to cut weight a little bit to get on that certain division. And I was getting there. I just got a call. I had so many things to do on Friday, meetings and meet and greet and so many things. I set my alarm to 9 because I know it would be a long day. The day before was a long day. But 7:20, I got one phone call. I left my phone a little bit far from me, so I'm not looking. It's not the first thing that I do when I wake up. And the phone, I get a phone call one time, I didn't pick up. Second time, for the third time, I said, okay, something happened. I gotta grab the phone. So when I grabbed the phone, was one of my coaches asking me to help a guy to make the weight. And I was there, and it was a whole nightmare. Guys want to quit. I kind of tell him, hey, if you quit, if you don't make weight, then your opponent decides if he wants to fight or not. So long story short, I tried to make this guy cut in the weight. He quit twice. End up that happened what I told him. His opponent didn't want to take the fight, so the fight was canceled. And that's my question, right? So this guy was working so hard for many years to get in the UFC. UFC is the NFL, NBA, is the major organization on MMA, right? That guy worked so hard to get in there, so hard. And he's very talented. He's 27, 28 years old, great talent. But whenever he made it, okay, I got in the UFC. And now is the time to make a lot of money. Now is the time to train even more, to become a champion, to get pay-per-view money. Like now, we all contractors. We get money only when you win. When you get bigger, then you get sponsorship. When you become a champion, then you go shares on a pay-per-view. Then we talk about millions. That's a lot of money. So, but this guy, he just made to the league. And he's already quitting and making weight. Like that's your obligation when you sign a contract. So that's a little thing that got me where we were talking about. If you're fucking hungry today, if you are working, if you're doing more, you're gonna get successful. Because this guy, I think his biggest dream was just to get in the UFC. Now that he got in the UFC, he's chilling. And now that you made it, freaking 10 years of work that you got in the UFC, now you're chilling. Now is the time to make money, become a legend, get a lot of fans, sponsorship, pay-per-view. Now that you put yourself in that situation, now he's done, now that's it. Like the competition today is so weak, like so distracted, social media, so depressed. People get depressed for no reason, like for little things they got depressed. Back in the days it was freaking hunt, go get your own food. Like I would love to live at that time, to get on that time and man up a little bit, don't complain. But
you and I would go kill an elephant.
Hell yeah.
With a rock. The two of us would go kill an elephant with a rock.
He tried to choke the elephant.
Put his trunk in a corner and twist his shit all up. And somebody would make a beautiful fire for us to cook the elephant that we brought back and rub our feet so they could have some of the meat. That's what happened. And here you can't make weight. Somebody can't do 100% of their homework. And I said, Jarek, I want to make $1 million. I've been working hard for 8 days. I'm not a millionaire yet.
I was just saying the little video right now. Someone said to me from Jocko Willink, the guy that used the Navy SEAL.
I know Jack.
I like the message that he was saying. He said, if you go to a gym for 1 day, you don't see no difference. Mm-hmm. If you go for 2 days, you're not gonna see shit. Same thing with the jiu-jitsu, you know better. Same thing with the study. If you do 1 day, 2 days, nothing changed. But do that shit for a year. Do that shit for 100 days. Do that shit for 3 years, 5 years. It's gonna come. You're gonna get better. You're gonna improve. You're gonna get skill sets. You're gonna understand. You're gonna get experience. But if you do that shit for 1 day, you already complaining, like what? Fuck. Like to get in the UFC, to be next year, beginning of next year, March or April. It's going to be 10 years that I'm in the UFC. I get over 20 fights. And still, like, almost 10 years, I didn't accomplish my goal that is becoming a champion. I was number 1 contender for a couple of years, number 2, 3, 4. Now I'm number 4 right now. And I'm still working through that shit. Like, I didn't make it yet. I still want to make it. And that makes me so hungry. I go to the gym, saw these guys working hard. I said, fuck, I got to outwork these guys. Oh, he's younger. I don't care. If I really want to become a champion, I still got to put on the freaking work. And I like it so much. I want to become a champion so much. I don't get tired from this shit. I get tired. And when I get tired, I don't fucking quit. I'm fucking tired. I'm very, very tired. I take a little break. I rest up a little bit. I take one session off on one if I really need it. But boom, next day I'm back at it because I like to do it, because I really want to become a champion. It's not a social media post that I saw the guy on vacation and it looks good. Oh shit, I want to go to that place. No, it's something that I really want, that I really desire to do, and fuck, that made me work extremely hard and chase that.
Yeah, I think a couple main themes we could think about today are, first having that desire. If you don't have a strong goal, if you don't have you got to work like a fucking demon. You got to have some anger in your heart. If you're not angry with your current circumstances, it's going to be very difficult for you to create something that's tremendously better and beautiful. If you're not angry with your current situation, and if you're not a little angry with yourself for being in your current situation, you might be doing well above average. Now I'm not saying that in a way that's disrespectful to you. You might be doing well above average. You might be well into the top 10%, top 5%, top 2% of human endeavors. Probably you are, but you're not living to your true potential. You're not doing everything that you could. You're not doing everything that you could. And nobody is. Every day I think, what else could I do? What else can I do? What else? He and I will go train. How we spend the last couple of days?
Working, train.
We wake up and we're lifting weights. How many? 3.5 hours yesterday.
Sore a little bit here.
3.5 hours lifting weights. I had to travel on Monday. I had a flight on Monday. I was supposed to do my upper body workout. I have two. I was supposed to do one of my upper body workouts on Monday. I was flying. I didn't do it. Tuesday, I got to do a double workout. So 3.5 hours of upper body yesterday. We go train for another 3.5 hours MMA. I got to take care of all the business things. I got to take care of the stock market things. Since Monday, I've made $2 million in decisions of buying stuff mostly, and I don't know, man. That's I slept 4 hours yesterday. I slept for like 3 hours, and I slept for another 50 minutes, and there's no problem. There's no problem, because exactly what he said is I woke up, I'm like, hey, it's leg day. We got leg day. Let's go do leg day. I put him on the fucking leg sled. I was lifting 820 on the leg sled doing reps. I put him, I said, go climb up there. And with his weight is, about 1,033 pounds.
It's on the story.
Yeah. I'll post it on the Instagram. Yeah. Maybe you'll see it tomorrow on the Instagram. I'll give it to my team today. They don't have it yet. We just filmed it a little bit ago. But I put him on the fucking leg sled. It's 1,033 pounds. I lifted 18 times. Good form, beautiful form. 18 times. Not 8, 18. 18, a dozen and a half, with fucking in my 40s, with less than 4 hours of sleep. And we got shit to do. So I think about this. I laugh all the time, and I like being a little cocky about it. I really quite enjoy it, because you earn the right to do that. If you get good results consistently, you earn the right to make fun of people who haven't done that. And that's one of the great joys of being successful at something. So you get to make fun of those who aren't making the same effort. But I just think, when I'm working on a hobby, I'm not a professional weightlifter. Yeah. I'm not a professional MMA fighter. But I think I work on my hobbies with more ferociousness, more tenacity than the majority of people work on their primary goals.
You watch this video all the way through, and that tells me you're dedicated to learning more and earning far above average outcomes in your life. Congratulations for that. But now it's time to take action. If you could have earned those results by yourself, you would have done it already. My head coach has opened up a few spots on his high-demand calendar for an in-person, one-on-one strategy session to help you. On this call, we'll give you the pragmatic advice that you can implement tonight to get laser-focused on the right metrics and leave mediocrity far behind in your past. Click that link right now in the description below and apply for your call immediately. Do it now.